3 things you are looking for when you're buying your next or first multifamily deal. What's going on? Tony Stephan here. We just wrapped up driving an off-market deal. Number 1 thing is location. You cannot change location. We've made a lot of mistakes in real estate, in multifamily. I document them so you can learn from them. One mistake I've never really made, though, is buying in a bad location, at least on multifamily. We've bought some duplexes in the not most desirable location, right?
Yeah.
Got rid of those though. So never compromise on location. I would rather you buy a 6 unit in a great location than 20 units in a really, really crappy location, because crappy locations mean crappy clients, tenants, means your income's going to be lower, your vacancy is going to be higher, your delinquency is going to be higher. That spreadsheet analysis you run, that underwriting, and you can go watch videos on my channel to learn how to underwrite. That is a projection. And this is what drives me nuts about these. We talk about this all the time. These gurus and these influencers, like, I just bought this 8 unit and I'm getting a 20% cash on cash return. Why is that? That's total bullcrap. Why is that bullcrap? Because what happens the minute you take over a building from someone who's taken over 377 units?
I mean, there's going to be a million things wrong.
Things break.
Real life experience, literally, when we just took over our property, we're like,
120 units.
Yeah, we're doing great. Like collections, occupancy. Literally, the property manager from the previous owner that lived there vacated. We're like, why didn't we hear from? Why haven't we found 3 just abandoned units this week.
So 3 times, call it $1,000. That's $3,000 a month. Unaccounted for. This is buying a real business. This is not passive income. This is not sit on your hands and just get this mailbox money. This is a business. And in a business that has moving parts as a physical address and real life customers, which are your tenants, things go wrong. Things break. People stop paying. It is impossible to know how much money an asset will make perfectly and be 100% correct with it on a projection, on a pro forma, on a spreadsheet. Even on my own assets that I've underwrote them to the best of my ability, there are always things that come up. You can have a really, really good month, and then next month, what? You break even. Or you're you lose a little bit that month, right? Because there were things that just happened. You had to make repairs you didn't see coming. You had to replace furnaces, boilers. We just did a boiler, right, in one of our buildings.
Yeah, just did a whole boiler.
How much was that?
Like
$15,000. So that month, was there cash flow that month at that building? No, of course not. So stop falling for these gurus and these influencers that show you their spreadsheets, that show you their deal analyzer, and say, I just bought this building and I'm making a 20% cash on cash return. And you get this massive FOMO. And you're like, what am I doing wrong? Because all the deals I'm looking at aren't like that. Because, dude, it's not like that. It ain't like that. Things go wrong. Things break. And I'm here to give you the truth. I'm here to give you the honesty, right? Multifamily real estate is the greatest investment vehicle ever out there. But that cash flow is variable. So you can protect yourself by buying in a great location. Number 1. Number 2, you want to buy a value add deal. You want a deal that has upside. So that deal has upside that we just looked at. The rents are about $800 when they should be about $1,000, maybe $1,050. Now, what did we notice when we drove that property? What did we notice exteriorly?
Yeah, it could use a little bit of work on the exterior.
CapEx, deferred maintenance, that kills profit.
Right.
So now here you are, you're analyzing this deal. This is why it's so valuable to drive the property. And you're like, I know I can get, let's call it $250 rent growth, right? We love assets that have been meticulously taken care of, great shape, maybe outdated units. We like cosmetic improvements, because cosmetic improvements increase what? Rental demand.
Correct.
And cash flow. I hate deferred maintenance, because deferred maintenance says 2 things to me. Number 1, what I can see, but what can I see? What's going on internally? If I drive that asset and I see deferred maintenance, I'm gonna have to fix all of this on the onset. So how much is that going to be? I don't know. I'm not going to be able to figure that out as I'm doing my analysis until we do our inspection, and maybe multiple inspections. So you have to get every system checked out and looked at all that. So that's number one. Number two, if they didn't take care of the building, do you think they put the best quality people in there?
Maybe not.
Probably not, right? Because if they didn't care enough to take care of their building, they probably didn't care enough to put the right quality of tenants in there. So that's what you're looking for. Is there upside, but how much deferred maintenance is going to be in there that I'm going to have to pay for to get to this? Because you don't make the building more valuable by fixing deferred maintenance. You make the building more valuable by doing upgrades, right? Going from carpet to vinyl plank flooring, going from laminate countertops to granite countertops. Those are things that, as long as you get more rent, because apartments are valued, they're not like single family homes, they're valued based on the income it produces. But those cosmetic improvements generally do what? Make it easier to rent.
Right.
You get more rental income. So we look for that. So that we were driving around, Andrea was noticing water buildup right in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Andrea was noticing the roofs didn't look good, the gutters didn't look good. Just looked like some of the brick was moving around, right? So that could
like
be
the windows.
Yeah, the windows were all bombed out. So now we're adding up in our head, wow, okay, if we had to spend 10 grand, call it 5 grand a unit just to get $200 rent growth, and that's not upgrading anything, that's just fixing deferred maintenance. Right. We don't really love that. So I'd say the third thing you have to really have when you're driving or when you're looking at buying your next deal is you have to have a solid plan, and you have to have that confidence. You have to have the confidence that what you're analyzing, what you're underwriting, what you're looking at is achievable, and how you're gonna get there. Because anyone can show you a deal analyzer, anyone can show you a spreadsheet, but how are you gonna get there?
Right.
Because the minute you sign on the dotted line, you get what?
The keys.
A big old bag of keys that you hate to get, right? You get a big old bag of keys, and now you're on the clock. You have to know how you're gonna get there, because anyone can say, oh, all day you can get $1,100 rents.
Right.
But how? How are you gonna do it? Where are they coming from? Are they these tenants? If they're not these tenants, where are the next tenants coming from? How are you gonna market to that? And what is stopping you from getting there? The number one reason a tenant moves out of an apartment is not rental increase, it's deferred maintenance. So if you're buying a building with massive amount of deferred maintenance but has upside, you have to be able to factor that in to your equation. So those were some of the things we looked at here. Those are some of the things we have to now review and analyze. Man, we are trying to buy another asset here. It is getting tough. I'll be honest with you. Again, I have nothing to sell you but the truth. It's getting harder to find the low rents, right? The upside, but a clean building.
Right.
That's not going to come with tons of deferred maintenance. Like, we've done that before, man. I would not do that again. It's a lot of work taking over from a slumlord. It's a lot of physical work, mental work. Like you said, just the type of tenants you're dealing with. So that's what we're looking for here. As always, sharing our journey to help you. Hey, if this was valuable, let me know. Leave a meaningful comment. Again, we're showing you our real life, man. We got our dogs in this car. We drive real estate on Sundays. We are active investors. This is not passive income. If you want to learn this game, though, this is an amazing game, but I want to be honest with you what goes into this game. Grab my book, The Small Multifamily BRRRR Method. You can go grab it for $20 on Amazon, or you can get a free digital download here. I'll teach you how we buy apartment buildings, how we improve them, the right types of buildings. I talk about 3 types of buildings. We buy one, we say no to the other 2. How we improve them, how we fix them up, how we increase the value to be able to do a cash out refinance and pull all of our money out. Because you want to get your money out of the deal and still own the deal and get cash flow and tax benefits and appreciation. So teach you that. Until next time, if you have questions, post them below. We'll talk soon. Thanks.